So, Sophia Fracassi,
Yes.
how's it going with you in the land of music in Canada right now?
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm coming from Nova Scotia.
Wow. Okay. So, I'm in Ontario. I'm releasing an EP. It comes out next week, which is very exciting. That is my latest project, and that will have 4 of the singles that I've released already and 2 brand new tracks on it. So it's called Marathon. I'm very excited about it.
Okay. The product that you're releasing is sounding great, and your voice. I mean, at your age, it's capturing a lot of energy
Thank you so
already.
much.
When did you discover you had this, incredible voice? We'll just say it how it is.
Thank you. I've always loved to sing for my entire life. And when I was 5 years old, my parents enrolled me in singing lessons. So for 11 years, I took classical vocal lessons, actually. And we did, training with contemporary music as well, but a lot of it was classical vocal training. And I think it gave me a really great foundation as far as knowing how to keep my voice healthy, different techniques. As far as, I don't know if I knew I had a good voice or not, but I knew that I loved to sing and that I wanted to use my voice.
Well, from what I'm hearing on it, I mean, it's pure, it's good. Where do you get inspirations, to just start writing the music and going from nothing to building something up to what you got for Marathon?
Yeah, I mean, for me, my music is very, very personal. I like to draw inspiration from other people and their life stories as well. But as far as this project, it is like purely based off of my own personal life experience over the past like 5 years or so. So every song is sort of a piece of this like storyline that has sort of been like a journey that I've felt like I've been on for the last couple of years. And it sort of begins with this like initial heartbreak or pain or whatever that may be in the story. And then it kind of just goes through this process of healing and wanting to feel better again. And that's just like actually what happened in my real life in the past couple of years. And that's where I drew the inspiration for the songs on this project.
Like this, who's all playing on this album? Or not album, but EP, I should say.
Yeah. Mostly myself and my producer. So any piano that you hear is me. That's my main instrument. And then the first track, Wish I Never Met You, we had an incredible strings player, Drew Jureka, play on that single. On my single I Lied, we had a drummer named Flavio play drums, this like crazy drum part for it. But for the most part, I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anybody. It was me and my producer that played everything.
Well, it's something else. And when we're going to see this production go on tour or, play the gigs in the summer? What's going on for production out of this, to promote?
Yeah, I mean, tour is like, that's a dream right now. I don't know when a tour is going to happen as far as the near future, but it's definitely a goal long term. As far as gigs, I've been playing quite a bit this summer. Next week, when my EP comes out, I'm going to have a little release party with family, friends, other people that I've worked with in the industry. And I'm going to perform. And then I've got a couple other gigs this summer in the GTA, just playing these songs, playing some unreleased, maybe a cover strewn here or there. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Taking the side of playing in the studio versus playing, you know, a gig? You find it's a big difference? Certainly with the pandemic we've had, so like you're in a time that, you know, there's no gigs to be played,
Yeah.
you know.
It's crazy. I mean, I signed my record contract with Coalition Music, my label, in April of 2020. So that was like right when everything started, and
Right.
it was a really weird experience to have this like exciting moment happen, and then the question was sort of, what are we going to do now? Where we can't perform anywhere, we can't tour. The only thing we could do was put out music and see what happened, essentially. And now finally this summer I've gotten to be able to get out and get performing again, which is so nice.
Sophia, what do you think of the virtual world of like music now? Because it's like you make a good YouTube video, you get views, people kind of drift to a Spotify.
Yeah.
And like, that's like the world of music now, and Apple Music, let's say. What's your take on that?
I think there's pros and cons to it, honestly. I mean, it's as far as even just like how the music industry's evolved digitally in the past like decade, even the past like 5 years, especially with COVID. I think a pro is you can really reach quite internationally with your music now than, you know, how it kind of used to be very just central, local to your area. Because everything is so digital, anyone could discover you potentially. And so, you know, sometimes I'll get a notification like, oh, you got 100 Shazams in China. And I'm like, cool. People are trying to figure out who I am in China. That's awesome. As far as cons, I mean, it certainly lacks a level of, I think, personal connection with people because everything is through a screen. And yeah, even I think the biggest downfall has just been the performing aspect. You can do digital shows, you can do as many videos as you want, but there's nothing quite like performing to a real live audience.
Maybe in 10 years, if the pandemic never ends.
Oh, don't say that.
Right now in Nova Scotia, it seems that we're in the 7th wave.
Yeah.
Now. So I don't know how you are doing.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, I think Ontario's similar spot, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. And like, I'm just not enjoying it because everybody wants to go out and see music.
Yeah.
It's like to the movie theater. What's going to happen to that?
Yeah, exactly.
So same thing. But like, it's good to see you got shows coming up this summer.
Yeah.
Because the summer is the time to like start enjoying and being worth something in music, really. Yeah. And compared to winter, because what do we do in Canadian winter times? You know, not much.
Oh. Cry about the snow. Yeah.
So you have lots of stuff coming out, you know, in the future. I presume that you got plans, you know, releasing more content.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned unreleased material. So I'm sure you got stuff prepared for 2023.
Yes, there are things in the works. Again, I think COVID has really put like an edge to everything in the way that nothing can be as certain as it was anymore as far as planning ahead, but we're doing the best that we can under the circumstances to be hopeful and plan ahead and create more good art.
One of the final questions here, let's say for a single, But I Do, with the video production and all that stuff, how much effort and time, you know, did it take to make it, you know, because the video seems to be what people want now. It's like the magazine of today. It's the YouTube channels. Yeah,
it's true. I mean, paper really has been replaced with the video. So I'm trying to think, I mean, my music videos have kind of been varying levels of a process, if that makes any sense. Some have taken longer, I've been more in depth. But for But I Do, that video was filmed in a pretty short amount of time, actually. We managed to get it done under a bit of a time crunch. We filmed it kind of all in one location, and it connected to the music video for I Lied. So if you watch the two of them together, it's kind of like one story, which was really cool. And it was a fun, different way to plan and execute a video. That video, I would say, in all, it was probably a couple of weeks to get it done.
Well, it's a good product, and it's like that. If you enjoy making videos, you got to do them.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I like it personally. I think it's a really fun experience, and also something that when I was little, I always dreamt about doing and didn't think I'd ever get to make a music video. It was just like a total pipe dream. And now it's really exciting to say I've got multiple. It's been a very cool experience.
It's kind of like also IMBM or something like that, the website that like shows all the movie data.
Yeah, IMDb, yeah.
Yeah. So basically now music videos seem to be going into that. So it's like,
it's true.
It's kind of like you're making a motion picture.
Exactly. Like the standards for music videos now are really high as far as what people want to see. It can't just be a simple, well, some of them are, and I think it's cool, but it can't just be like a performance video anymore. It has to be like someone's watching a short film.
Basically, artistic values of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
One more thing I'd like to touch about is like the album artworks, single artworks, EP artworks. It's like it seems everything's got to have a picture now. So you got to put and dedicate time into like artwork instead of making the music. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, for me, I'm just starting. I've only been really in the music industry for the last like year and a half ish. And so I think I'm still excited by all of it. I still, I try to be grateful for every moment, even when it's sort of something mundane, like what font do you want to use for this word? Those, I mean, it's, there's definitely again, a high standard for artwork for a single or an EP or an album or whatever it is. But I'm grateful for all of it. So even in the times where it feels like this is a lot of effort for a really tiny detail, I still like to take a step back and think, well, the fact that I get to do it all is great, exciting. Yeah.
And it's there forever. It's done.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's part of why people care so much, is that's going to be out there now for the rest of your career, unless you somehow manage to wipe something out.
Not easy.
So it does matter. Yeah.
You can only wipe it if you're a prince.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Well, Sophia, it's a pleasure talking to you. And
Thank you so much.
Great work on the album. I think it's got a
Thank
great sound balance. Your voice is good. So just keep up the good work. And
I'm gonna try.
Of course you will. And have a great summer.
Thank you so much. You too. Enjoy getting out there while we still can.
Yeah, because the winter's coming strong, probably.
It's true. Yeah, it never lasts long here. All right. Well, nice to meet you. Thank you so much.
You as well. You have a good one. Bye.
Bye-bye.